So this is the target body, and this is the solid which I will use to place on this target body. So if I press Ctrl D while this part is selected, I can now use the cursor to place on one of its snapping points that then can be used to place it on the target body. So use this snapping point, for example, and just click on it. I have a copy. Now I can place it here on the target body. What I wanted to talk about especially are these options here. Let's say place this one in the middle of the target. I can play with these various options. So obviously the first thing I will do is I want to flip this because now it's inside the body. So therefore I press F. Okay. So there are two handles here. The yellow one is the one for the offset. Either I press D or I can drag along this handle right away. The blue one I can use for scale this, or I can press S and do the same. If I press A, I can rotate this guy. If we look from the front view, and if I press X, I can change the rotation. Y, Z changes also the rotation, but it's not that obvious from this angle. It will be obvious when we do it here on the top. In the right column, there are all the Boolean options. If we press Shift Q, we activate the slice command. And if I'm fine with it, I press Enter and move on to the next place where I want to place this guy on the target. And the command is still active. So let's say I place this on the other side of the target body. All the adjustments I have done for this part will be also applied on the second part. The Shift Q, angle, the scale, offset, all these adjustments I have done on this side will be also applied to the copy of this one, unless I play with these parameters again. So let's say change the scale, make this one bigger. I play with the offset, pressing D. I flip, pressing F. Now it's inside the body. Obviously, I have to drag it out. I change the Boolean. I want to have a difference. Let's say I press W. I say, no, this one should be a union Boolean. I can still press Q and change the Boolean. And if I press Enter, I am still in the place command. It's still active. And I can keep on placing this part. Let's say I want to place it here on the top of the cylinder. And again, the third part I want to place on the cylinder will copy the options of the second part. So this guy is a union, like this one. So remember, first one was a slice union. The second one was a union Boolean. And the third one, which is the copy of the second one, is also a union Boolean unless I change the Boolean method to something else. Let's say a difference Boolean by pressing W. And by pressing S, I can change again the scale. Let's say I want to flip it. I press F for flip, push it inside with the offset. I press Enter. I'm fine with everything and press Escape. I have now left the place command and all the adjustments I have done, all the placings I have done on this target body are now applied. Okay, let's run a second place command, and this time I want to show you something else. Ctrl D, and again I select from that surface, and if I place it to the center here. So far we have discussed these three Boolean options, the slice, union and difference. When it comes to the intersect Boolean, it doesn't make sense in combination with the place command. Let me show you. Press Shift E for the intersect, comes green. I say OK and press Enter, and I want to keep on placing a second cutter, but the target body is gone. So I cannot place a second cutter. It doesn't make sense. If I anyhow try to somehow make some stuff and press Enter, it gives me an error. And my target body is gone. So don't use the intersect Boolean in combination with the place command. It simply doesn't make sense. What you can do instead is using the slice Boolean in combination with the place command. If I again run the place command, Ctrl D. Let's say that's okay. If I press Escape, now I can simply delete the outstanding parts of the cutter, and finally the target body, and there you have the same result as if you have used the intersect. There are two more options, the new body and the keep tools. You have a copy and you want this one to be a union boolean, you press Q, press enter for making the next copy, and this one is, let's say, a difference boolean, making W, enter, and you don't want to boolean the third one, so in that case you press B for new body, press enter, so this one is then a new body. And let's say you make here again a union boolean, pressing Q, but you want to keep this tool for another operation. Let's say you press T, press enter, and if you now press escape for getting out of the place command, let's see what we have. So this one is a union boolean, this one a difference boolean, you know the drill. This one, since you pressed the command B for new body, didn't make any boolean whatsoever, so this one is independent. And here is a union boolean as well as a new body, because you have pressed T for keep tool. So let's remove this one. So here is the union boolean, here is another tool, because you have pressed T. So these were all the place command options, and they all make sense except this intersect one. And if you know how we can use the intersect within the place command, let me know in the comments.